Hey, I'm back here now with Victor Cantore, CEO of Amex Exploration, trading on the TSX Venture under the symbol AMX. Victor, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for having us here. It's really exciting.
It has been a long time that we have been following you and each other. We've been following each other through the mining market. And now you've got yourself involved with a company called Amex Exploration. Why don't you give us a thumbnail overview of what the asset is, or the target is, and how it's going?
Absolutely. So I got involved with Amex sometime in late 2016. We financed the company in early 2017. We went through a series of financings, raised them about $3.5 million. And this target, Jacques Trottier, our PhD, he was also the founder. He was actually found the Sullivan mine in Peru.
That's funny. That's another mine that I followed quite extensively over the years.
I call it Sullivan as the company. The Shahuindo mine in Peru.
Who ended up buying that? It was another company that ended up buying that, and didn't they put it into production?
Yeah, it's in production. So Jacques Trottier, our executive chairman, which was also the past CEO of the company, he actually bought that for $10,000, went there, picked it all up, and he turned it into the Shahuindo mine, and that's what he's trying to do now, and that's what we're trying to do right now with Amex. We had an interesting. So the asset is in Normetal. It's north of Val-d'Or. There was a Normetal mine that was mined for many years. It's been shut down since. They pretty much ran out of ore. We're right beside there, and usually the best place to go find gold is wherever there was a gold mine.
Sure.
We finally, so there's 3 different zones. So this is a brand new discovery, even though they've been in that area for over 20 years. There's the old Perron zone. There's the polymetallic zone where Agnico Eagle had an option. They dropped it sometime last year. And then there's the Eastern Gold Zone where we started exploring this year, and we had some of these bonanza grades.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So now, what amount of drilling has been done, and what are some examples of the best intercepts?
Yep. So last February, when we hit an intersection, it was around the 200. If I talk vertical depth, was around 290 meters. They intersected about 12.6 grams over 4.6 meters. Jacques was really excited about that, and then we waited till in Quebec we always get back 40. If you're using hard dollars, you end up getting 40% of your exploration expenditures back to you. Mm-hmm. So we were getting close to $500,000 coming back to us. So we waited till October to actually start doing the drilling program. So we got prepared, did a 3D modeling, used the ore vision, so really prepared our targets properly. So in December, we ended up hitting a really nice zone. So that zone was 88 meters above the other zone that was done around 290 meters. And we ended up intersecting 269 grams per ton over 1.35 meters. That's the high-grade zone. And then just beside it, another 70, 80 meters beside it, we intersect another zone that's over 100 meters at 0.7. So when you start putting all this together, you almost start building out like the detour model, where you've got the high grade and low grade. What really put this on the map, we ended up drilling 25 meters above that, now taking us to a vertical depth of about 170, 175 meters approximately, and we really hit a big bonanza grade where the one that we reported at 393 grams per ton over 1.7 meters.
So excuse me, 393 grams in ounces is around 13.
That's like maybe 15.
13 ounces.
Yeah, around there, 12, 13, 15 ounces.
At $1,200 an ounce, so that's like $16,000 a ton rock.
Rock, absolutely.
Sure. Okay, so what is the geological setting? What is the strike length anticipated to be, and what's the actual, is it terminated at depth yet, or in any direction?
At depth, we follow it for at least 375 meters, all the way down to depth. We followed it over 300 meters. We're following it over 300 meters in strike length up to now. It's orogenic. It's orogenic gold. Just about every single hole there was visible gold. It's really quite impressive. And above that, we reported in the last press release also. It's the paragraph that starts right under the table. So we're following up this vein. We're following up this quartz vein. So we reported that we actually intersected also that quartz vein. The results are going to be pending, but it's quite impressive. Now you can follow it for almost 150 meters from the first one all the way up. So you've got 150 meters right up to the 140 meter strike length. Again, we don't have the results on those, but it's quite impressive.
Sure. Okay. So there are as of right now, are there any is there any drill core at the lab where there might be results coming soon?
Absolutely. There's our whole 20. So we reported yesterday hole 22. Hole 23 is leaving to the lab. That should be coming back, and we should be shortly. We have to confirm it with the geologist. There's another hole 24. We should be intersecting that area. So when I was talking to you about that hole around 290 and the 269 grams per ton, so in between there's 88 meters. Mm-hmm. So we're putting a hole. So our hole 24 is going to be right in between there to confirm it. Because when you look at our press release, we have in figure 3 we show the strike, or like we show the image of gold right through, but we cut it off because 88 meters is quite a distance. You need to put a hole through that. So we're hoping to be able to announce that, not results, but saying that if we're lucky that we actually hit that area, so we can say that we hit the quartz vein, so many meters, and pending results.
What's the distance on the surface between drill collars for those holes?
It's all coming in because we're taking it vertically. Most of the holes are from the same pad, and we could have Kelly confirm it's from the same drill pad. They're just going at it at different angles.
Sure. Now you've got geologist Kelly Malcolm is on the line from Skype from the project, live from a mining site. Unbelievable. Yes, it's true. Not a mining site yet. More of an explanation site. Kelly, thank you for joining us. Oh, sound.
Right now?
There you go.
Hello?
Hey, there we go. So, Kelly, what can you tell us about this deposit from a geological perspective?
It looks very simple, which is a good thing when you're talking about geology and rocks. It's a sheet-like orogenic type system. Basically, the Eastern Gold Zone that we're targeting has two components to it. One of them is the high-grade zone, which is obviously the numbers that came out 2 days ago, the 394 grams over 1.7 meters. Inclusive in that intercept is 677 grams over half a meter. And I actually have that core in front of me, and I'm happy to show it to you shortly. In addition to that system, there's also a low-grade portion of the system. We've hit up to about 100 meters of around 0.6 mineralization. Within that, several intercepts that are quite attractive that you can see through our previous press releases.
Kelly, are you buying the stock?
It's a very... I am buying the stock, yes.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. You can go now. No, just kidding. Okay, why don't you show us some of the images of that core so we can have a look?
Sure, happy to do so. So this is the hole 22 intercept. I apologize, it's over Skype, but it's difficult to see. So I've put the grades that we've hit on this intersection. So here you can see 236 grams over half a meter. Over here, 677 over 0.5 as well. And then in this portion, 307.3 over 0.65.
Wow.
And the reason that we split this sample into 3 different samples was, number one, we wanted to prove to the market that we're not smearing anything within this vein, and that there's gold distributed throughout the vein proper. I'm going to try to zoom in and show you some of the visible. I'm not sure if you can see any of that, but there is visible gold scattered essentially throughout this intercept. It's quite difficult to see, but you can probably see some shimmers on that vein itself.
Yep, we can see some nice
as well.
There.
We're seeing very coarse gold mineralization.
Wow.
Not coming through all that well in person, but we're going to be updating the AMX website with some of these visible gold photos, and they are very promising.
Fantastic. So, what sort of geological control is stratigraphically? Bleh. I haven't said that word in so long I forgot how.
So it's hosted within a rhyolite package, an extensive volcanic system, and then actually you can probably see on my photo. Sorry for this jump around, but there's a darker rock below the vein, which comes in right around here. And that's a gabbroic dike that seems to have a control on the mineralization. And when we're intersecting that dike, we end up with both wider and higher grade mineralization, as evident with the past press release. So it's seeming to be very consistent. We've intersected that gabbro and this vein system now in a number of holes. And as Victor mentioned, visible gold associated with all the intercepts in this zone.
And so, in your opinion, what are sort of the linear dimensions of the strike?
Difficult to say on the strike. Like Victor's mentioned, the Eastern Gold Zone proper has been tested across 300 meters. This high-grade shoot, we haven't yet determined the dimensions of it. I can, however, mention that the Normatal mine, which is just about 5 kilometers to the southwest of us, was mined to a depth of 2.5 kilometers, indicative that this potential system would have a very substantial depth component to it as well.
Interesting. Kelly, thank you very much for joining us now.
Thanks for having me.
Victor, sounds like just an absolutely exciting project. We don't see these come across our radar that often anymore, do we? So now tell me how much money you've got in the bank and how much of the drilling you've got planned for 2019 that's already paid for, and when do you have to go back to the market?
Well, so we raised a little bit of money in early December. We raised a little over $500,000. So that's the money that's where it's all. That will pay the entire program that we announced. And drilling cost up there, like our last budget, we review our budgets we review our budgets with actual expenditures. We do this quite often to make sure that we still stay in line. So all inclusive, that includes assays, every expense associated. We were looking just a tad over $160. $160 a meter. Right. And that's somewhere where it's not remote. We don't need the helicopter support. We get in a pickup. We can get in a pickup and drive right to the drill pad.
Sure. Well, there's all kinds of mining infrastructure in that area.
That's right. In Normatal. So. Okay.
Great. Well, Victor, that's an excellent introduction. I'm actually just bought some stock before we did this interview, and I'm an investor in the company by way of disclosure. So we're going to follow the story, and we'll probably send a camera crew up to visit you when you've got some good action going on up there. Thanks very much for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thanks, Victor.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Great.